Kick off your Super Bowl Sunday with postseason NFL Countdown.
The Eagles are headed for the Super Bowl.
You know, it's hashtag this, hashtag that. The Patriots are not done.
We'll be live in Minnesota and from the sidelines inside the stadium, setting the table for Super Bowl 52.
This is surveillance video of Adam Schefter.
Man, if I throw you alley-oop, what you gonna do with it? It's that front four that's got to get the pressure on the quarterback.
Plus, Panthers tight end Greg Olsen joins the show as a special guest analyst.
That's what I'm talking about!
Join us Super Bowl Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
ESPN's got you covered on Super Bowl Sunday. After the game, Chris Berman live from the field with Steve Young and Randy Moss. All the highlights and post-game interviews on NFL Primetime, both also streaming live on the ESPN app. Well, let's look back at the Pro Bowl, shall we? How about this? Our own Lisa Salters trying to talk to Drew Brees' oldest son, but his brothers will have none of it. And Breeze, I'm afraid, had to take some time out with a little fatherly wisdom after this. These boys had other ideas.
This is just tremendous. This was a preview of the WWE Royal Rumble, which was also last night. The Breeze boys are just getting us ready.
Yep, they cannot be bothered. You know what? I got stuff to do, Dad. I mean, they full of, this is like kids being kids, right? I just landed here on the Pro Bowl sidelines. That's your fault.
This is exactly what my three boys look like right now. The way they act, this is them to a T.
I love it. Best foe turned friend also has to do with Drew Brees. This is in the game, though. No score in the first. Adam Thielen. Saints and Vikings gave us one of the best postseason endings in recent memory, of course.
And I tell you what, the Vikings played really well yesterday for a team that could have been completely flat with emotions after just a heartbreaking finish a week ago and then got pushed around by the Eagles.
The wrong game to play well.
I mean, think about that. Easiest touchdown here, switching to defense now. Ben Roethlisberger drops back, underthrows his receiver, and Harrison Smith he's got something to take care of.
Is that a fatigue on by Big Ben right there?
That's the...
4th and 7.
Well, they're going to let him go, it seems like.
The celebration's the best part. Look, the whole team is out there. It's great.
Oh, okay. The AFC should celebrate too because they sort of let him pass right through.
Yeah.
Best get up and get it. Patrick Peterson, a great day yesterday. First, the interception of Alex Smith, and then later off Derek Carr to prevent a pretty big game. NFC teammate Mark Ingram wanted him to go for the hat trick, I think.
By the way, the best part of this is that Patrick Peterson took to Twitter after the game because he was bummed that he didn't win Defensive MVP. Come on, man.
It's on the line.
It's on the line.
He's out of the game now.
No, hat trick. Hat trick.
We got to send him back in?
Shorty.
Hat trick, shorty. It's for the bag, man.
No, he's out of the game. No! All right, best all-around day. Delaney Walker won Offensive MVP for good reason. 2 touchdowns, 1 from Alex Smith, and then the game winner, this one courtesy of Derek Carr. So a pretty good day, fellas, for Delaney Walker.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure his teammates appreciated his play, getting that extra, $32,000 on top of that.
All right, stick to football. Von Miller. Trying to help here with the boom mic, but he hits Eric Weddle in the face, but he can do this.
Listen, the more you can do.
That's right.
The more you can do, Wendy, the more you can do.
That's fair.
Oh, by the way, my guy, Dwayne Brown, a little different on that right side as opposed to the left side.
Because you know you're a special defensive player when you make offensive tackles. Look like practice squad players in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. This is the Pro Bowl, by the way. As we say hello from the Verizon Film Room. Overreaction Monday, don't forget. So here we go. Drew Brees' boys were the most entertaining part of the Pro Bowl. I know how I feel, but I'll ask you guys, is that an overreaction?
This is not an overreaction. I know, listen, the hard-hitting stuff on the Verizon Film Room on a Monday afternoon. It was just tremendous. As Damian said, it reminds him of his boys, reminds me of me and my older brother. We're 2 years apart. I'd lived like 6 years in a headlock with my brother as the younger brother, the kid brother getting pushed around. That was tremendous. It's great. The best part of the Pro Bowl, not just the talents of the players, but the personalities that you saw on display.
Well, also the best part is that he told them to stop. You know, he calls them over. He sets the ground rules, and they go right back and do it again. I love it.
Yeah,
that didn't work.
Oh, yeah, it's not an overreaction. And, again, it reminds me of my three boys because the energy that they had on the sideline. To me, that's what makes this whole thing special. It's just watching like the families behind the scenes. They got, like you said, Phil, the personalities come out, but those boys weren't having it. They were like,
No,
Dad, you brought us here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's got
this
to be
is not
your
our
problem.
fault.
Well, the funny thing is we had been at the Pro Bowl all week, and they were at every practice. You know, I got to watch them all week, and they didn't stop then. I mean, they had
So it was a preview.
It was a preview, but these kids, the energy,
I got a theory here, Wendy. We're all wondering, how does Drew Brees, like Tom Brady, defy time and age? He's nearly 40. Here is the reason, because he's got boundless energy. That
they make you younger.
Yeah,
they make you younger.
They sort of do both. They make you younger and they make you older because they give you gray hair.
You see any gray hairs? Yeah, I was going to say.
He's got a few, I'm sure.
There for Drew Brees.
All right, so before the Pro Bowl, of course, is the Senior Bowl. It's a big week as sort of the first big part of the scouting season. And let's look at some notable upcoming dates for teams. The NFL Combine. Oh, first, you know what? Before we do that, let's take a look at the Senior Bowl, shall we? Why not? It was a rainy day, but that's okay. How about Baker Mayfield? Field so much talk about Mayfield last week. 3 for 7 for 9 yards.
And a pretty strong finish to the week for Baker Mayfield. Yeah, the numbers weren't great in the Pro Bowl itself, but shines from a maturity and tangible standpoint. I think this is a guy they're going to hear his name called early in the first round of the 2018 NFL Draft.
Damien, how important for Mayfield to have a strong draft season, if you will?
Oh, I think it's going to be absolutely important because, you know, there's going to be a lot of draft evaluators going to ask questions, you know, character off the field things. As long as he continues to stick to interviews and do what he's supposed to do on the workouts, he'll be just fine.
Well, you saw Josh Allen right there connecting with Tyler Conklin. Here's Allen after the game on what he proved in Mobile.
You know, I think I showed that I can come out, I can learn an NFL system. You know, I felt as the week progressed, I got more accurate with the ball, you know, learning and processing, playing with new players. You know, just coming out here and have a good time. I just want to thank Reese Senior Bowl for putting this thing on and allowing us to come out here and compete.
What'd you make of the week of working with the Broncos?
It was awesome. You got some really good coaches down there. You know, we'll see them at the Combine, and, you know, we'll go from there.
How about that rain? It was a rainy week in the whole region. It really was. So a look at some notable dates now for these teams. The NFL Combine at the end of February and into March. That, of course, in Indianapolis. And March 6th marks the deadline to designate franchise or transition tags. Then a huge day on March 14th, 4 o'clock Eastern. Free agency, the frenzy begins. And then the NFL Draft takes place from April 26th through 28th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. When we return, Tom Brady seems to find a way to motivate, and you just never know.
Only people in the world that he has met, and makes me happy that he keeps in contact with me.
Film Room is brought to you by Variety.